Hi everyone, this is Rikki Sims and welcome back to another video. So for this video, I'm going to be talking all about, this is going to be a little bit different. If you're new here, hi, my name is Rikki and I do Sims for content. And if you're back, hey, how you doing? And this episode is going to be a little bit different because of course you're gonna watch me do some kind of like daily gameplay. I did a little bit of CAS, a little bit of build mode, but in the background I'm gonna call this segment like Hot Topics with Rikki. And this is gonna be something I'm trying new, and we're gonna talk about feminine hygiene, and I'm just gonna voice over this in the background and talk to y'all about what I've been seeing. So I've been seeing so many videos telling women about like feminine hygiene, what we need, the do's and don'ts and things like that. And I was just like, I was floored. First of all, I wish I had something like that when I was younger, because all the ladies out there, hi, and men, if you're listening, hi too, not to exclude you out, but I was just so amazed about the vast amount of information on the internet. But some of this information, I was like, questionable, slippery slope. And so let me know in the comments if you've been seeing videos like this. Oh, also, this is, if you haven't seen my Ashley, I recreated the Ashleys from Recess. If the 90s, 80s kids, I feel like you guys know that show Recess. I recreated the Ashleys from that show, and so I'm just doing some outfit updates here, by the way. And so yeah, back to the topic, feminine hygiene 101. And so what is feminine hygiene? I feel like one of my life coaches had told me this really great quote one day when I was like freaking out about, if you Google it, people are calling it the maintenance Olympics, trying to keep up with these things. And she was like, Rikki, you know, if women woke up one day, looked in the mirror and just was happy with ourselves the way we are, we would basically bankrupt so many industries. There's so many industries out there that kind of feed off this, you need this, or you need that, and buy. You need the new thing, replace it, this is better, always kind of like screaming at us. And now we have influencer culture where it's not just when you turn on the TV, it's everywhere. It's when you load Instagram, it's when you watch YouTube. I'm pretty sure when you saw this video, you got so many different ads. And by the way, I'm telling you this, I'm not an influencer. I'm not going to sit here and tell you things to buy and things that you need. That's just not what I'm going to do. That's not what this video is about. I've been on my own journey of minimalizing the products that I use, minimalizing what I put in my body, getting to know more about my body. So these are just tips from what I've learned over like decades of trying to master feminine hygiene. And the biggest thing that I want to let you know is there is a great distinguishing factor between wants and needs. We have come to a culture environment where I feel like most people can't distinguish between wants and needs. We think every want is necessarily a need, and that's not particularly true, and I'll get into it. But the first start off that I want to firstly say is that your vag is not bad. Repeat that with me. Your vag is not bad. For all my ladies out there, we get told so many things. Like, I remember growing up when people were douching, putting vinegar, all these soaps, different things like that. That area is a self-cleaning vessel. Like, it is able to clean itself. The only thing, and I'm gonna say this, the only thing you need down there is water. The only thing that you need is water. That is all you need, is water. And you will hear so many people tell you you need this soap and you need this powder and you need this. No, even unscented soap has chemicals. If you look on the back of those soaps, there's so many chemicals in that, and you have to think about This is a section of your body that is like the skin, everything on outside absorbs it. It's like you're swallowing. Basically, start thinking about the things that you're putting on your body as though you are ingesting it. You only need water. And if you're having issues, I highly recommend seeing a professional. There's a book called Down There by Dr. Jennifer. I'll try to link it in the description, but she goes into how there's a whole industry that's basically feeding off this notion that you need so many products to quote unquote stay clean, when literally that area self cleans itself. If it's your monthly time and you want to have a wipe with you when you're on the go, you're at work, great. But make sure that that is like a natural derivative. Make sure it's not just unscented, but it's natural. But if you are in the shower, ladies, water, get in there with some water, clean that area with some water, and you'll be good to go. If you're struggling with odors, like if you are doing any of that, that's something on the inside. And that's not something that like taking all these extra things like boric acid, probiotics, that really drives down to, are you drinking enough water? Are you hydrating yourself? Is there something more going on inside that you need professional help with? But on a day-to-day basis, water. We are not supposed to smell like roses. We are humans. We are humans. We are like living, breathing vessels. That's not it. Okay. I wrote a list so that I don't get sidetracked. So I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible. The other thing that I will say here is your other side, the back there side. I've been seeing people say they use witch hazel. Please don't do that. That's a chemical. Like I said, a good wipe or get in the shower. I promise, if you're having any kind of smells or things like that happening back there, let's investigate that. Let's maybe look at our wiping techniques, look at different things that look into that before we start putting extra chemicals on our body. Along with that, when it comes to care and the things that you need, we do not need 50 million things. I'm sorry, but we do not need 50 million things. If you have a wash and a moisturizer, you are good to go. Aging is something that our society has warped our vision into, warped our mindset into combating, when it's a natural thing. Every other species ages. Every other living thing ages, and so do humans. If you use a sunscreen, great. I swap my sunscreen for natural shea butter. My philosophy is, if I cannot ingest it, I don't want to put it on my body. Basically, that's what I'm trying to get it down to. The soaps I use have a little bit more ingredients than I like, but hey, we work with what we got. But basically, if you can't ingest it, don't put it on your body. And that's the same thing with shaving cream. I recommend using a natural oil. I use coconut oil, but get you a natural oil for your whole body. Something that doesn't have all these harsh chemicals in it. Chemicals are not good, my friends. They are not good for you. Along with that, number 4 goes with chemicals. Look at what you're eating, my friends. We spend so much time not thinking about the things that we're consuming on a daily basis. And that's a beautiful loading screen, but we spend so much time. If it's fast, maybe we shouldn't be consuming it as much. Anything that's fast is questionable. Really sit down and look at the ingredients that you're putting into your body. Look, if you can't pronounce it and you can't pick it up in a store or pick it up somewhere, maybe we shouldn't be ingesting those things, because that, to me, that should be the top feminine hygiene self-care thing. All the other stuff is extra, but thinking about what we put into our bodies, and that looks different for everyone. There's not one set diet out there that's going to solve all your issues. I feel like that takes years of exploration, that takes years of figuring out, notating what your body likes, what your body doesn't like. There's not a one set fix all. That goes back into number 5. Differentiate between your wants and your needs. What do we need? Need is a survival. Need is what we need to survive and thrive. I'm just be honest with you guys. All these things that we say we need, the makeup, the hair, the nails, all of those things are wants. All of those things are extras. You don't need those things. Young girls out there listening, you don't need all of that. So don't be spending your last trying to keep up with everybody and their aesthetics and what they look like. Don't do that. Spend more money taking care of what you have. Investigate what works for you in self-care, facial care, body care. Take care instead of adding things on top. Take care of your core first. And like I said, if you wouldn't consume it, don't use it. Look at those chemicals that you're using on your hair, skin, and nails. These are living organisms that we are absorbing. Any chemical you use on your nails absorbs into your bloodstream. Any chemical you use on your face absorbs. Any chemical you use on your body absorbs. So simple hygiene tips. Listen, if you're woohooing, if you know Sims 4, you know woohooing. Simple hygiene tip: jump in the shower afterwards. Put some water on it. Take care of yourself. Go to the doctor. Take your supplements if you have been prescribed supplements. And take care of yourself internally. And from internally, you will shine externally. We have got to pay attention. And I'm serious. Listen, no offense to Bath and Body Works, but that should not be your primary cleaning thing. Listen, I used to fall suit to that. I understand how it is. I still have the room spray. I'll use the room spray. That's about it. But putting those chemicals on your body, if your body wash is a lime green, maybe we shouldn't be using it unless it's like naturally dyed. I feel like these are discussions that we really, really need to have because we see a rise in cancer diagnosis. We see a rise in so many autoimmune diseases, so many things that are happening out there because we don't sit and we don't realize that what we are consuming on all fronts, from what we eat to what we put on our bodies, to what we bathe with, lotion, creams, nails, all of those things matter. So I am asking everyone listening, and if you're new here, hi, feel free to check out my other videos and subscribe while you're here. But let's all take a moment to really sit and look at those ingredients. Look at those chemicals that are all around it. It's not to say we're going to be perfect, but if we can start somewhere. For me personally, I can say I started with soda, and that led to fast food, and that led to eating out, and that led to, like, if it feels overwhelming, start somewhere. I started with eliminating what I put on my face and not having all of these different things, because all of those things over time will matter. So those are my thoughts. I'm curious to know your thoughts. What are your top feminine hygiene tips? If you want me to make more videos like this with voiceovers, let me know. Drop a heart in the comments if you listen to the end. And if you are a Sims 4 person, hey, welcome. Hope you feel free to stick around, look at some other content, look at some of my other videos. But yeah, I just wanted to try something new. It just came to my mind and I was like, you know what, these could be Rikki Rambles. That's what I'm gonna call them, Rikki Rambles. So these are Rikki Rambles. And I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Bye.